If you're looking for a better way to remotely control your GoPro Hero 3 or Hero 3 Plus camera, then the REMOVU R1 might be just what you need. That's coming up. Hi everyone, this is Bryn. Normally when I'm skiing and I've got my GoPro Hero camera mounted on my helmet, I either use the original Wi-Fi remote on a wrist strap, or I use the GoPro app to control the camera. However, both of these methods have advantages and disadvantages. Firstly, the Wi-Fi remote doesn't have a screen to help line up the camera shot, but I can operate the buttons without having to take off my gloves. If I use the GoPro app, I have much better control over the camera settings and shooting angles, but I have to take off my gloves. The screen can be hard to see at times due to the glare, and I worry about dropping my phone off the chairlift. So today, we're looking at the REMOVU R1. It's a remote control that's suitable for both the GoPro Hero 3 and Hero 3 Plus cameras. It has a built-in, high-resolution, live-view LCD screen and can be worn on your wrist or carried in your pocket. Let's open the box and take a closer look. Okay, so you get the REMOVU, there's a Velcro wrist strap, a USB cable, some stickers, and a quick start guide. First, let's take a look at the REMOVU itself. On the front of the REMOVU, you can see the 2-inch LCD screen. There's 3 buttons down the side here. The red button corresponds with the top shutter select button on the camera. The M button, which also has a small on-off power symbol, corresponds with the power mode button on the front of the camera. And there's also a third back button. If you open this small rubber door seal here, you can see that there's a micro USB port for charging. You can charge via the included USB to micro USB lead, either by plugging into your computer or via a USB wall charger if you have one. Also in there is a small reset button, which allows you to take the REMOVU back to the default settings. On the back, you can see the battery rating at 500 milliamp hours. The product specs say that the REMOVU has a battery life of 3 hours in live view mode. You can also see the 2 slots to thread the wrist strap through. The wrist strap has Velcro running the entire way along, and it's a reasonable length, which allows for a variety of wrist sizes. The REMOVU is slightly larger all round than the original Wi-Fi remote, but can still be worn comfortably on your wrist. Okay, let's take a closer look at how the REMOVU works. But before using the REMOVU with your GoPro Hero 3 or Hero 3 Plus camera, you need to pair the REMOVU to the camera. Now, I've already done this and I've covered the pairing process in another video. You can click on this link if you'd like to watch that now. Once you've done that, you can turn the REMOVU on by pressing and holding the M button. Now, this is where the REMOVU differs slightly from the Wi-Fi remote. You'll see that the camera is still turned off. If you want to turn on the camera, first make sure that Wi-Fi is turned on in the camera, then press and hold the back button on the remote. Note that once the REMOVU is paired with your GoPro camera, it will search for and automatically connect to your camera. On the REMOVU screen, you can see that there's two battery level indicators. The bottom one is the REMOVU battery level. The top one is the camera battery level. Being able to see the camera battery level may help you to know when the battery is about to die, so that you can stop and swap batteries before that happens. You can see here what mode you're in, and here you can see the current resolution, frame rate and FOV settings. Down the bottom there's the estimated available record time indicator, and if you start recording by pressing the red button, you'll be able to see the current recording time counter here. I can stop recording by pressing the red button again. And I can also change modes by pressing the M button. Photo. Burst. And time lapse. I can also move on one more time to go to camera settings. Now in camera settings you can change some of the basic camera settings with the REMOVU by pressing a combination of the M and red buttons, much in the same way as you would with the camera itself. Plus, use the back button to go back. Let's have a look. Change the resolution, go down, no, change the frame rate, and I'll change that to 25 frames per second. Yes, now when I want to get out of there, I press back. Go back to camera settings, I press M, and that'll take me back to video mode. You can turn the camera off by pressing and holding the back button. And it's the same to turn it back on. I can start recording. And if I want to save battery life in the REMOVU, I can switch it off by pressing and holding the M button. Note that the camera is still recording. So what are the pluses and minuses of using the REMOVU over the GoPro Wi-Fi remote? Well, firstly, one disadvantage is that the REMOVU is not waterproof. Secondly, it can only be used to control one camera at a time. However, it should be noted that this is the same case with the GoPro app. The main advantage is, of course, the live view screen. And it's also useful that you can turn the remote off to save battery life and still keep recording with your camera. To sum up, the REMOVU can be either worn on your wrist or carried in your pocket. The REMOVU works from a distance ranging from 20 meters up to 70 meters away, depending on how much Wi-Fi signal interference is about. And lastly, the battery life of the REMOVU in live view mode should be at least as long as one camera battery, and possibly even two or more, depending on what camera resolution and frame rates you're using, and also whether or not you have ProTune turned on. Overall, I think the REMOVU R1 is a very cool accessory and it's going to appeal to a lot of people. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up. Every time you hit the like button, it really helps our channel grow. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe to Brynmag Productions to be notified when we upload new videos. You can also follow us on social media. Links to our Facebook, Twitter and Google Plus are in the description below. Until next time, This is Bryn. Thanks for watching.